Hey everybody, welcome to CompetitionX. My name is Tony Phelan, and today we're looking at a new car from Tamiya. This is the Toyota Supra JZA80 on the new BT-01 chassis. So the BT-01 is a new chassis design from Tamiya. This chassis has 3 different drive configurations to allow you to modify the chassis to fit the body that you want to run. It can be built as a mid-motor rear-wheel drive, front motor front-wheel drive, or front motor rear-wheel drive. This particular kit, the first one in the BT-01 series, comes with the Toyota Supra body, and we'll either be building it as a mid-motor rear drive or front motor rear drive. We'll probably do the front motor rear drive because that's more like the original car. Okay, so let's get this box over to the bench and get all the parts out of the bags and show you what comes in this kit. All right, so here is the BT-01 chassis with the Toyota Supra JZA80 body. Nice wheels and tires. Let's take a quick look at the box before we get inside. It does come with a Hobby Wing ESC, you can see here, as well as a brushed motor, 540 motor. Sorry about the glare, but we have 3 different chassis configurations available. Mid-motor, rear drive, front motor front drive, front motor rear drive. So the front motor rear drive is what we're probably going to build to match the Supra body. So there's that. Hold on. Here's the opposite side. Shows a few hop-ups. Bearings, which we have a bearing set coming from Fast Eddie Bearings. Shocks, these are oil-filled shocks. This does come with, as we mentioned earlier, it does come with the friction shocks. So these will be a good upgrade. Low friction suspension balls, heavy-duty servo saver, and then of course things you'll need. Radio, servo, ESC comes with it, motor comes with it, oh no motor there, and then of course a battery pack and charger. Alright, let's spin this around, let's crack it open, see what's inside. Come on now. Okay, so looks like the first thing we're going to show on top here, there's some pieces missing. Like, well, where's the whole car at? I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back. We did have a little panic moment because we thought half the car is missing. What we didn't realize is that there's another, it's like a false bottom. Pick this up, and there's the rest of the car. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the box off to the side here like we normally do, and then kind of go through everything that comes in the box. So let's get to that right now. All right, so the first thing we have is the Supra body. Usual Tamiya quality, nice pull front and rear. I think we're probably going to do it a different color than the blue. I'm not sure yet, but there's the body, looks sweet. Then we have the wheels and tires. So nice spoked wheels. They're not quite as shiny as the box art, so we may paint those to kind of match. Maybe we'll do them in a gold or a different color or something. And then the standard Tamiya treaded tires. These are not going to be the grippiest tire out there, but probably for the Mabuchi motor and the speed control, the Hobby Wing speed control, these are probably just fine. This is the plastic parts tree for the Supra body. It's the rear wing and the light buckets. These do, you'll have to cut, okay, so, oh, it's got the mirrors also, but you can see here that it does have the ability to add LEDs, but you're going to have to drill the lights out yourself, so. Parts tree here. Let's see what this is. Shocks, rod ends, and these are the battery mounts. So 2 trees of that. 4 shocks, 2 battery mounts, and then, you know, other parts there. Actually, we probably don't even need to really keep the plastic bags, right? Because they're not numbered, so. All right, so these driveline pieces are the same as the MB-01, except for these two. These are used as the drive shafts for whatever configuration you decide to put the car in. There's that. And then the Hobby Wing speed control. Now, before we get to the paperwork that comes with this, which is the second half of what is included in the top part of the box, we're going to go ahead and crack open the other plastic bags here. So we can get all that out of the way first. All right, so we have some tangled up parts here. Okay, I think if I recall, this piece also acts as part of the servo mount. Motor plate, motor cover. These clamshell, the rear diff or front diff, depending on which drive configuration. Servo mount. Diff. These pieces slide over these diffs here and kind of help keep this together. And then, of course, your steering arms, part of your servo saver. Okay, so these are new parts trees. These are, again, most of these parts are used in the MB-01. The arms are new for this car, for the BT-01. So these are different arms. Bumper mounts. These are like the plungers for the shocks. Body mounts, and then of course you get two trees for that. 1, 2, 3, 4 arms, body mounts, that type of thing. So there's these. The chassis is actually the same as the MB-01 as well. Nice piece of plastic here. Lots of adjustment. Let's just move some of this stuff out of the way. Next piece of plastic. I think this might actually be the battery mount. These look like new pieces. Oh, something else Tamiya has done is they've provided a molded turnbuckle assembly tool right here, this guy here. I don't think it's quite as good as the CompetitionX one, but if you don't have one of these, that'll work just as good too. Okay. Another big parts tree. This is the this attaches to, this is like the second half of the chassis. This allows you for adjustment, longer wheelbase for a 10 scale car instead of an M chassis. A couple braces here. Just a massive piece of plastic. And then we have shock tower, steering parts, upper bulkhead, looks like. And then of course there's two of them for both sides, front and rear, so. Yep. And then the hardware bag. Foam from bumper. Actually looks like it's got cutouts. And you can remove some of the cutouts, lighten the bumper up a little bit. I've also heard that if you run these, it changes the airflow under the car. I don't know about that. I've heard it. I've tried it. I didn't see any difference in my handling, the car that I'm driving, but you know, there you go if you want to try it. Then we have the diff parts. Now these are different. The spur gear is different. This is, I think, a 70 tooth, where the BT-01 was a 60 something. But this is a little bit bigger tires, so you get a little bit bigger spur gear to kind of make up for that. But all the rest of the gears are the same. Servo saver parts, and looks like a steering link, drag link, and then your plastic pivot balls that pop into the arm. The A bag has the pinion, a bunch of hardware, mounting hardware. It's got bushings, the oil light, and the plastic. Foam bumper, or foam padding for the, I think this is for the battery area. This little guy there, you know, I never use this guy very often, but after seeing how much dirt can get into a gearbox for not using this, I totally suggest using that. And then, of course, grease, an L wrench. Okay. Bag B. It's got more mounting hardware, springs for the shocks, 4-way wrench, body clips, more of the white bushings. Again, we're going to be putting a bearing kit in this, so we're not going to be using any of those, but they do come with it if you don't want to get a bearing kit. Then bag C, steering rod, I think that's probably the steering rod, wrench, more mounting hardware, zip ties, double-sided tape, and then of course wheel nuts, all the ball ends there. Looks like bigger body clips in there as well, probably for the battery tray. All right. Spare parts bag, more body clips, a couple extra screws, a couple extra, those are spacers. Oh, those are probably for mounting the mirrors onto the body, and of course servo tape. Then we got more giant body clips, a single bearing. Look at that, a single bearing. Nice. Don't know where that goes. A spring, not sure where that goes either. And mounting hardware. And then some kind of mounting, some kind of like, maybe some kind of extra rod here. It's probably used for a different motor configuration. You might need this, might replace actually, where do we see it? Might replace that guy, different motor configuration, so we'll see later. More servo saver parts. Two of the same bag. Not quite sure why you would need two, except for maybe, oh, probably because you need, no, there's 4 of the balls in there. I'm not sure why there's 2. Anyway, there's 2. And then your Mabuchi motor. All right, last but not least, let me clear this off and then we'll get to the last but not least. The last but not least, we have all the paperwork. Yeah, paperwork. Nobody cares about that paperwork. Clear antenna tube. Very nice sticker sheet as usual. Looks like they're pre-cut, which is nice. And then window masks for the body for painting. Those look really good. I don't know if there's more than one in here. No, just one sticker sheet. So that's what you get right there. Looks good though. And then we have 3 kind of manuals. We're going to go through the main manual first. Tamiya, usual Tamiya quality. Electronics you're going to need, tools, suggested tools, paints, setting up the testing electronics before you put them in the car, and then of course the build. Gearbox, diff, single diff, there's the clamshell piece, and then those, where'd they go? And then those pieces there to kind of hold it together. Upper and lower arms, gearbox half, steering, so those other pieces that I thought were steering, I think, are drive shaft supports. But I don't see them. But I'm pretty sure that's what they were, drive shaft supports of some kind. Right here. Oh, that's this guy. So it's a spur gear or a motor mount support. Okay, anyway, wheels and tires, installing electronics. Steering, which gets mounted on. That's how this kind of works. You can take this, and this off, and then reconfigure the design, and then put these back on, and it kind of keeps everything the same. Putting the body together, painting, mounting. And then, of course, the parts list in the back. Okay, so that's part one. Part two is a chassis setting sheet for front motor rear drive. So this is how you'd build the car or reconfigure the car if you're going to do this configuration, drive configuration. Tells you how to put these pieces in here with the shorty drive shaft here. Motor. This is how we're probably going to build this car, with a front motor rear drive, because it matches what the real Supra is. Doing the gearbox. There's one of the two long drive shafts. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's one of the two long drive shafts, but this is the drive shaft that goes from the front of the car where the motor is to the back of the car where the drive wheels are. That's how that works. And then there you go. Servo. Battery tray. And the rest of the electronics. All right. Now, if you're going to do mid-motor rear or front motor front drive, this is how you would do it. It gives you all the detailed instructions on converting the car to that. And it comes with all the pieces. So if you do front motor rear drive, you drive it for a while, and you think, I want to try something different. I got a different body. I got a Porsche body. Then you can, I guess it wouldn't be rear. Front motor front drive, you got a Honda body. You could do a front motor front drive. I guess a Porsche you could do mid-motor rear drive. But here's how to reconfigure the chassis to do that. Here's your step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And there's that. And then some tuning tips. All right. Everything that comes in the BT-01 Toyota Supra chassis kit. Okay, as usual, we're pretty excited about this new platform. We're going to build it as a street car first with the Supra body. Not quite sure what color yet, if we're going to do the blue. If you have any suggestions, maybe put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can follow along on the full build of the Toyota Supra. This is something you're going to want to check out.